Hey there, Mrs. Williams here, and this is question 7.5.C-5. It says when a gas is kept at a constant temperature and the pressure on it is changed, its volume changes in accord with the pressure-volume relationship known as Boyle's law, given here, where P1 and V1 are the beginning volume and pressure, and P2 and V2 are the final volume and pressure. A through D, we're just really taking this equation and manipulating it. So for part A, when we are asked to solve for V sub 1, what you're trying to do, what that means is that we're trying to get, my pen tablet will cooperate with me here. We're trying to just get that V sub 1 term by itself. So it's really algebra. You want to ask yourself, okay, if I want to isolate this, if I want to get this by itself, I need to get rid of V sub 2. How would I do that? Well, V sub 2 is being divided here, and so I want to multiply by V sub 2 on each side. And over here, what happens is that's going to cancel because we have 1 being multiplied, 1 being divided. I should say V sub 2 being multiplied and divided, so it's really the same thing over itself, which is 1. It's just like if we take a number and we put it over itself, that's really just 1. And so that's why that works. That's why that concept gives us cancellation there. And so we have V sub 1 equals pressure sub 2 times V sub 2 divided by P sub 1. So it's strange because I know you're used to getting a number for an answer, but this is actually what your answer for A will be when it asks you to solve for V sub 1. So let me try V sub 2 with you, and then I think that will help C and D to become a little bit easier. So, let me try that again. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start with our original Boyle's law again. This time we are trying to get V sub 2 by itself. This is a little trickier because V sub 2 is in the denominator. So, and there are different ways to go about this. One thing that you can do is you can flip this fraction over on the left-hand side as long as you also do the same thing on the right-hand side. So I could rewrite this as V sub 2 over V sub 1 is equal to P sub 1 over P sub 2. And then it's very similar to A. I want to get this by itself. So if I multiply by V sub 1, then these will cancel. I have V sub 2 by itself, and I have P sub 1 times V sub 1 in the numerator, and P sub 2 in the denominator. So this would be my answer for V sub 2. Okay. Now let's take a look at, clear this stuff out, E. So we'll start with Boyle's law again. We're going to find P sub 1, so we're looking for this. When V sub 1 is 11 cubic feet, V sub 2 is 25, and P sub 2 is 110 psi. So in this problem, you can just go ahead and plug everything in. So V sub 1 is 11 over V sub 2, which is 25. And on this side we have P sub 2, which is 110 psi, over P sub 1, which is what we're looking for. Now, if you've already solved for P sub 1 in part C, it's actually more efficient to just start with that formula, since that's what we're looking for. If you've already done part C, just start with the formula that you had there, and when you plug in the numbers, they're all going to be on the right-hand side of your equation, and you just multiply and divide, and there's your pressure. Now, I'll show you here another way to solve for P sub 1, which is the same idea as part C, except that you won't have numbers filled in. But what I could do is I could multiply by P sub 1, and what that'll do on the right is cancel those out. Now on the left, again, I want P sub 1 by itself. And right now I have 11 over 25 on that side of the equation with P sub 1. So if I want to cancel a fraction out, I can multiply by the reciprocal. So this would be an alternate way. I showed you in part B how to solve for V sub 2. You could have also done something similar to this with all of your variables up here. Because the 25s will cancel, the 11s will cancel. Just be sure to do the multiply 25 over 11 on your right-hand side as well. So I'm left with P sub 1 over here. And then if I do 100 times 25 divided by 11 on my calculator, then that will give me my initial pressure. So 227.27 if I round to the nearest hundredth. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have further questions.